Good morning, students. My name is Mr. Hatman, and I will be reading you one of my favorite books called The Word Collector by Peter H. Reynolds. Before I do that, I wanted to give you a couple clues to maybe help you guess who I am. So, one thing about me, Mr. Hatman, is I have a dog. Another clue about myself is I really like tacos. And the last clue is I will be having a baby very soon. Alright, let's get started with the word collector. Here we go. Collectors collect things. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Others collect rocks. Some collect art. Some collect bugs. Others collect baseball cards. Some people collect comic books. And Jerome, what did he collect? Jerome collected words. He collected words he heard. My trip to Peru was perfectly pleasant. Certain words caught his attention. He collected words he saw. Willow. Certain words jumped out at him. He collected words he read. Emerald. Certain words popped off the page. Short and sweet words. Two-syllable treats. And multi-syllable words that sounded like little songs. Geometry. Guacamole. Kaleidoscope. Wonderful. Symphony. There were words he did not know the meaning of at first, but they were marvelous to say. Aromatic. Vociferous. Effervescent. There were words whose sounds were perfectly suited to their meaning. Molasses. Smudge. Torrential. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Bellow. Jerome filled his scrapbooks with more and more of his favorite words. Jerome's collections grew. He began organizing them. Dreamy, science, sad, action, poetic. One day while transporting them, Jerome slipped and his words went flying. As he began to pick them up, he noticed his collections had become jumbled. Big words next to little words, sad words next to dreamy words. Jerome began stringing words together, words he had not imagined being side by side. He used his words to write poems. He used his poems to make songs. They moved. They delighted. Some of his simplest words were his most powerful. I understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. You matter. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. The more words he knew, the more clearly he could share with the world what he was thinking, feeling, and dreaming. One breezy afternoon, Jerome climbed the highest hill, pulling a wagon packed with his word collection. He smiled as he emptied his collection of words into the wind. He saw children in the valley below, scurrying about collecting words from the breeze. Jerome had no words to describe how happy that made him. Reach for your own words. Tell the world who you are and how you will make it better. Peter Hamilton Reynolds. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed The Word Collector by Peter H. Reynolds. I know I always do. I hope you guys have a great March as reading month. Read as much as you can. And good luck guessing who this masked reader is. Catman signing off.
So this book is called You Don't Want a Unicorn by Amy Dykman. And it starts off with this kid. He's got an I Love Unicorns t-shirt, carrying his stuffed unicorn, walking down a path to a fountain. Wait! You were going to wish for a unicorn, weren't you? Wishing for a unicorn is a big mistake. Just step away and beep! Uh-oh. Things are about to get poof! Ugly. Trust me. Sure, having a unicorn seems fun at first. Alright, super fun. Fine, it's awesome, okay? But it's not worth it. What you don't know is unicorns shed and scratch, and no matter how hard you try, unicorns can't be house trained. You don't want that. Trust me. Don't even get me started on the jumping, the chewing, rap, and the burping. Hey, not bad. You could probably pull this off. If it wasn't for the biggest, top secret, nobody knows about it problem with having a unicorn. Unicorns live in groups. And when a unicorn gets lonely, ding ding ding, it calls a friend. Poof! No. Right when you're thinking this could be double super fun, poof, there's another. Poof, and another. Poof, and another. Great. You unleashed the most destructive force in the universe. A unicorn party. Oh man. I told you. Why didn't you trust me? Quick, grab your piggy bank. Run. You have to wish them away. Blip, 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 blip. Poof, 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 poof. Whew. Yeah, that one needs to go back too. It's for the best. Trust me. Aw, cheer up. You could get a goldfish, or a nice rock, or... Uh-oh. Is he there? Stop! You don't want one of those either. Trust. Poof. Me. That's the end. It is March Reading Month, and I am super excited today to share with you The Three Billy Goats Gruff. I read this when I was growing up, and I just absolutely loved it, so I'm going to share it with you today. Here we go. Once upon a time, there were three billy goats, and the name of all three billy goats was Gruff. The billy goats lived in a valley where there was very little grass, and they were very hungry. They wanted to go up the hillside to a meadow of green grass and daisies where they could eat and eat and eat and get fat. But on the way up, there was a bridge over a river. And under the bridge lived a mean and ugly troll. First, the youngest billy goat Gruff decided to cross the bridge. Trip, trap, went the bridge. "Who's that tripping over my bridge?" roared the troll. "Oh, it's only the tiniest little billy goat," said the first billy goat Gruff in his very small voice. "I'm on my way up the hillside to make myself big and fat." "No, you're not," said the troll, "for now I'm going to gobble you up." "Oh, please don't eat me. I'm too little. Wait for the second billy goat. He's much bigger." "Well, then go ahead," said the troll. After a while, the second billy goat Gruff came to cross the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, went the bridge. Who's that tripping over my bridge? Roared the troll. It's the second billy goat Gruff, and I'm on my way up the hillside to make myself big and fat, said the billy goat. And his voice was not so small. No, you're not, said the troll, for now I'm going to gobble you up. Oh, please don't eat me. Wait for the third billy goat. He's much, much bigger. Well, then go ahead, said the troll. And by now he was very hungry. Just then, up came the third billy goat Gruff. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, went the bridge. The third billy goat was so heavy, the bridge groaned and creaked under him. Who's that tramping over my bridge? Roared the troll. It is I, the third billy goat Gruff, cried the billy goat, and his voice was as big and loud as the troll's. At last, said the troll, now I am coming to gobble you up. Well, come along, cried the third billy goat Gruff. I've got 2 big horns and 4 hard hooves, and I'm not afraid of you. So up climbed that mean, ugly troll, and the big billy goat butted him with his horns and stomped on him with his hooves and tossed him off the bridge and into the river below. Then he went up the hillside to join his brothers. In the meadow, the billy goats got so fat that they were hardly able to walk home again. In fact, they are probably still there. So snip, snap, snout, the tale's told out. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Hello everyone, happy March's Reading Month. Today I'm going to read you the book The Mitten, adapted and illustrated by Jan Brett. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as light as snow. At first, his grandmother Baba said, did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally Baba made them. After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound. But then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Next, the hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air. and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. A great big bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the bear's nose. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Ah! Ah! Chew! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten, silhouetted against the blue sky. As he ran to catch his snow-white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had new mittens. I hope you enjoyed the reading of The Mitten. It's one of my favorite books. I hope you guys enjoy March's Reading Month and see if you can figure out who I am.
Hi everyone, I am the Mandalorian and welcome to Reading Time with me, the Mandalorian. It's March's Reading Month, so I wanted to share with you one of my all-time favorite stories from the far reaches of the galaxy. And this story is called Return of the Jedi. Han Solo has been frozen in carbonite and sold to the vile gangster, Jabba the Hutt. Luke Skywalker sends R2-D2 and C-3PO to Jabba's palace to ask Jabba to free Han. Jabba refuses. Instead, he throws a party to celebrate Han's capture. Suddenly, a bounty hunter named Bausch interrupts the party. To Jabba's delight, Bausch has captured Chewbacca. Bausch sneaks away and unfreezes Han. Bausch is really Princess Leia. But Jabba and his guards spoil the reunion. Jabba imprisons Han and makes Leia his servant. That evening, Luke Skywalker enters the palace. Luke demands that Jabba release his friends. Instead, Jabba presses a button. Luke falls through a trap door and into a Rancor pit. A monstrous Rancor attacks Luke. After Luke defeats the Rancor, Jabba sends Luke, Han, and Chewie to the dreaded Sarlacc pit. The Sarlacc is a dangerous sand monster, but Luke isn't afraid. This is your last chance, Luke warns Jabba. Jabba's guard tries forcing Luke into the Sarlacc pit. Luke leaps high into the air and reveals himself as a powerful Jedi. R2 launches Luke his lightsaber. Luke strikes down Jabba's guards and saves his friends while Luke defeats Jabba. Then the heroes all board an escape ship. "Let's go," says Luke, "and don't forget the droids." Thank you, everyone. Happy March's Reading Month. I'm the Mandalorian, and have a great day.
Hello readers, welcome to March is Reading Month. Today we will be reading My Family Plays Music by Judy Cox, illustrated by Albright Brown. What we play is Life by Louis Armstrong. A musician's whole life is to listen. Wynton Marsalis. I like jazz, rock and roll, some hip hop. I can't think of any music I don't like. B.B. King. This is my family. We all love music. This is my mom. She plays the fiddle in a country and western band. She plays in honky-tonks and sings sad songs about broken hearts while people dance real slow. When I play with her, I play the tambourine. Can you see the girl dancing with the tambourine? This is my dad. He plays cello in a string quartet. He sits on stage at Symphony Hall in a black tailcoat and a white bow tie. When I play with him, I play the triangle. This is my sister Emily. She plays clarinet in the marching band. We cheer and wave as she struts down Main Street in the big parade. When I play with her, I play the cymbals. This is my brother Paul. He plays lead guitar in a rock and roll band. He wiggles and he spins and he shakes when he plays for the dance in the high school gym. When I play with him, I play the cowbell. I can always use more cowbell. This is my Aunt Saffron. She plays vibes in a jazz combo. She plays soft, cool sounds at the Blue Note Club. Her hands dance the notes up and down. The bars go pong, pong, ting. When I play with her, I play the woodblock. This is my Uncle Woody. He plays saxophone in a big band. He blows swing tunes at the Tarragon Ballroom while dancers glide beneath the flashing mirror ball. When I play with him, I play the maracas. Shake, 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 shake. This is my grandma. She plays banjo in a bluegrass band. She picks mountain melodies for folks who sit on folding chairs and tap their toes to the spunky beat. When I play with her, I play the jug. This is my grandpa. He plays tuba in a polka band. He dresses in lederhosen and a hat with a feather. His cheeks puff out round and red as he blows papa, papa. When I play with him, I play rhythm sticks. This is my great-grandmother. She plays the pipe organ in St. Peter's Cathedral. On Sunday morning, we sit straight and still as she pumps out music that swells like waves. When I play with her, I play the handbell. This is my cousin Dean. He plays bongos at the Full Ear Cafe. He slips his drums between his knees and raps and pats them with his hands, keeping the beat while people recite poems that don't rhyme. When I play with him, I play wind chimes. This is my niece Sadie. She plays pots and pans, drumming on them with a wooden spoon. She plays loud. When I play with her, I play the big soup kettle. This is me. I play tambourine, triangle, cymbals, cowbell, woodblock, maracas, rhythm sticks, handbell, wind chimes, and soup kettle. Daddy says I'm a percussionist. This is my family. We all love different kinds of music, but we all love one another. And when we get together, we celebrate. The end. Good day. I am so glad to be joining you during March is Reading Month. As you can see, I love a great costume. I also love a great book. So join me as I read Firebird by Misty Copeland, illustrated by Christopher Myers. Firebird. Bella Ballerina Misty Copeland shows a young girl how to dance like a firebird. The space between you and me is longer than forever. You are the sky and clouds and air. Your feet are swift as sunlight, stretching across the skyline like the day-long sun over the horizon. Me, I'm gray as rain, heavy as nap time, low as a storm pressing on rooftops. I could never hope to leap the space between. Darling child, don't you know? You're just where I started. Let the sun shine on your face. Your beginnings just begun. Before the curtain rises, before the spotlight falls, before the fireworks of costumes, before it all. I was a dancer, just like you. A dreaming shooting star of a girl with work and worlds ahead. There I am, sweating at the bar. I had 1,000 leaps and falls, switching worn-out slippers, swift as applause. Even birds must learn to fly. Like me, you'll grow steady in grace. Spread an arabesque of wings and climb. Each position, 1 through 5, stair steps to the sky. That's right. You will soar, become a swan, a beauty, a firebird for sure. Soon, with the same practice, you'll join me in this dancing dream. In a pas de deux, a music box for two, we will wrap our hearts careful as ribbons on point shoes. We'll make the night sky our starry curtain, the moon our silver spotlight, as we spin across the planets, pirouetting tightly as the curls on our heads. Spinning wishes for new little ones we can't yet imagine. Then they will look to you in wonder, lighter than air and swift as sunlight, turning over the day and say, the space between you and me is longer than forever, and I will show them that forever is not so far away. And that is the end of our book, Firebird by Misty Copeland, illustrated by Christopher Myers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please tune in for our next Masked Reader.
I'm the Sox, and I thought I might give you some clues as to who I am. I love going to the movies, I love going to a Detroit Tigers game, and I'm trying to learn how to cook because right now all I can make are macaroni and cheese and reservations. Some other clues about myself include yellow, eggs, salmon, popcorn. While you're thinking about those clues, enjoy the read aloud An Account of the Gum by Adam Rex. Look at all those different kinds of gum. Uh-oh. Looks like she's falling asleep with gum in her mouth. She's totally asleep now. Well, it's the next morning and she's woken up. It looks like the gum is still in her mouth. Uh-oh. No, it's not. It's stuck in her hair. That's the gum right there that you got stuck in your hair. On account of the gum that you got stuck in your hair, your dad said, sit still and your sister said, duck, and you sat very still. Still, the scissors got stuck in the gum that you got stuck in your hair. Okay, we went on some websites, and all of them swear if you want to get scissors and gum out of hair, you take 2 sticks of butter and smear them along, and... Oh, I see. It appears that those websites were wrong. Don't give me that look. Your aunt said she knew how to get gum out from this tip in a book she was reading about. In the paper or something. She couldn't say where. And that's why you have grass in your hair. Your grandpa, who said that your aunt was mistaken, is mostly to blame for the noodles and bacon. It's all in this bacony, noodly mass with the scissors, gum, hair, sticks of butter, and grass. Your rabbit eats grass. Because of the grass that you got stuck in your hair, I assumed that your rabbit could help us in there. But your rabbit just sat there like it thinks it's a hat. So I thought, it'll leave if I bring in the cat. I'm prepared to admit I was wrong about that. Oh, I know what to do. It's a little bit mean, but the cat always gets really scared when I clean. Just watch, she'll run off and hide under the bed if the vacuum comes anywhere close to your head. Wait, no. I'm thinking of the old cat. Your aunt just came back, and she has a new take. It's cake. She thinks she can fix things with cake. Don't worry, we'll stop her and show her the door. I doubt she'll be coming around anymore. Though the cake that she made wound up on the floor. That reminds me. Happy birthday. All right, let's get serious. This is the plan. We'll blow the gum out with a powerful fan. Plus, every few seconds we'll pop a balloon. And the guy with the bees said he'd get them here soon. And oh, I hear sirens. The fireman came. They complained when we called, but they came just the same. With their hoses and one of those dogs and a cop and a big pot of chili, they're ready to... Stop! Get out! Please! Uh-oh, looks like the man with the bees just showed up, but I guess he's too late. Wait, what just happened with the gum? Did the gum just pop off? Jeez. Rude. So that's the solution. Well, what do you know? Too bad about all the rest of it, though. The rest of the stuff that's still stuck in your hair. Oh, now your aunt is all stuck up in there. How'd that happen? Anyway, you'd better get to school. Because otherwise you're going to miss picture day. On account of the gum. Uh-oh, look at her school picture. See you soon.